All right, guys. So I had to make this video today. Today was a crazy day. One of the more exciting days I've seen on the market in a long time, for sure. Now, what happened today was very accurate with what I said would potentially happen. So, first thing is first, right? In the overnight session, we had a massive sell-off due to the report that came out at 5:30 in the morning, and we started off the day very bearish and we gapped down, and on top of that, as you can see here, we also pushed to the downside. So that the puts that was holding overnight ended off playing very nicely for me. I profited off those puts very nicely this morning. I sold my puts first thing this morning at around 6:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I took another position as well, and I'll explain to you exactly where I took it. So right here, basically, um, this was a risky trade, but I took it anyways. So we started off the day very bearish, and we created this candle, right? And once we created this candle at basically 7 a.m., this is when this candle closed. We had a massive wick from above. I was assuming that we were going to go straight for the gap fill on the next candle, but we did not. Instead, what we did is we created a doji candle with a massive wick from below, suggesting that there was a ton of weakness to the downside. And so what happened was I actually got into this trade right away, right when this candle closed at 7:15. I got into this position. But as you can see, we had a lot of wicks today. We had wicks going everywhere, and the wicks were huge from above and below. So what this told me is that there was a lot of indecision in the market, a lot of indecision. So holding a trade for a long period of time was risky, in my opinion. So what I did is, as soon as I got into this trade, as you can see, I have a daily level right at 4227. So I got into the trade right at 7:15. So on this candle here, and it decided to break low right away. As soon as it broke low, I took profits completely right at this level. So this is my daily level. 4227 is exactly when I took out all of my profits. I took out all of my profits. That was my first trade of the day. So I sold my trade from yesterday. I sold it first thing this morning at 6:45, and then at 7:15 I decided to take another trade, and I sold it at 7:17 a.m. for profit. I was very happy with it. I sold it right away, right here. I did not want to hold it for very long, simply because there was just so many wicks going up, going down, and what it told me was the market was very indecisive on what it wanted to do, and I wasn't about to sit there and hold it all day long. So what happened next was crazy. So we had a massive bullish engulfing candle. So when we had this candle close, one could have easily have suggested that we're going to go for the gap fill, which is exactly what we did. We went for the gap fill, and at this point, on the 1 hour time frame, we were actually technically bearish, because yesterday we made a higher high, but then we opened up down here, which basically is a lower low. So it basically broke the trend structure, turning the trend structure back to bearish. So until we broke above this high, I was not going to take any calls. Like, I was not interested in taking any calls until we broke this high. So eventually we broke the high at 8:30. Now at 8:30 a.m., we had so much buying pressure. It was crazy. We kept going up and up and up and up. And the market is still open. It is 11:46 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, October 6, 2023. So the market is still open, and it is still going up. It is still going up, and I didn't take any trades for the rest of the day, and I'm still not taking any trades. I did not want to FOMO into a position. That's one thing I've learned in the past, is you never want to FOMO into a position. There's always going to be more opportunities, and there's always going to be another opportunity to take a very nice trade. So just because one day looks amazing, like today looks amazing, doesn't mean there's not going to be another amazing day, right? So let me explain to you why I didn't take a trade. So at 8:30, right around here is when that 1 hour candle closed. So at this point, once that 8:30 candle closed, or that 7:30 candle closed, I was now bullish, and I was looking for calls. Now, as you can see, we didn't really get an opportunity to get into a play. The market didn't really give us one. So what happened instead is we kept going up, and then we started going sideways. Now, this is where you definitely could have entered in for a trade. I didn't take it. I didn't really, at this point, I didn't really care. It was 10 a.m. I didn't want to get into a trade anymore. I'm basically done trading by 10 a.m. usually. But at this point, I was not really interested in taking a position, but you definitely could have taken a position right here. So at 10 a.m., this candle closed at 10:15. This candle basically told us that we are for sure going to go up further, because not only did it create a lower high, but it created a higher high within the same candle on the 15-minute. So we ended up pumping upwards, made another lower high, another higher high, and then since then we've kept going up, and we're most likely going to go up and hit this daily level at 4328. So this is the first time in a long time where I've seen the S&P 500 move 100 points plus in one day. So this tells me that this was the trend reversal on the daily time frame that we've been expecting for quite some time now. This looks like this is definitely the day. It looks like from here on going forward, we could definitely be bullish. And I'll explain to you exactly why I'm saying that. I'm going to show you ES, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I'm saying that. So today was an amazing day to trade. However, the reason why I did not get into this trade at 10:15 was for a very simple reason. If you look at the 1 hour time frame, the 1 hour time frame is crazy. We haven't had a single red candle today. So at 10:15, basically right around this area is when we were talking about taking that trade. If you take a look at the 9 EMA, we're so far away from the 9 EMA. And we've had basically now 6 green candles in a row. It's very obvious that we're in an uptrend, and it's very obvious that we've made a higher high. But in order for us to keep going higher, we have to make a higher low. We have to make a lower high first before we can make another higher high. At this point, as you can see, the candles are decreasing in size, which means the momentum is definitely slowing down, which tells me that at some point here, or probably very soon, we're going to get that lower high. Once we get that lower high, it's going to be crucial on how we react to that. Based on how we react to that, we're going to either go for a higher high, at which point I'm definitely going to get into a trade and ride it all the way up to a higher high and take profits at my higher high level. Or we could be sideways and then crash back downwards. Now, I personally don't believe we're going to crash back down. I think what's going to happen is, as you can see, we're extremely far away from that 9 EMA. I think it's about time that we're going to start pulling back and creating that lower high. I think we could see a lower high possibly form today before 1 o'clock, potentially. Not saying for sure, but potentially. And then on Monday, we could definitely see that higher high come to fruition, of which I will definitely be trading, right? So this was a crazy day. We're obviously very bullish now on the hourly time frame. And to be honest with you, even on the daily time frame, we're bullish. So let me show you why. So on ES, I love watching ES because ES basically gives me a good idea of where we're going to be going that day and what to expect. So, like I told you guys yesterday, there's a very high possibility we come down and we break lower today, which in fact we did. The first thing that happened this morning, based on this doji candle that we had on Thursday, October 5th, I told you that this basically signified that there's a lot of weakness from below, and this was a successful higher low, and the most logical thing would be to make a lower low. We didn't make a lower low, but we definitely broke down, and we definitely came down very aggressively, and this is where I took my profits, right, from my previous trade. Now, instead of closing down there and making a lower low, we pulled all the way back and actually created a lower high. And by the looks of it, we're going to close way up here. And if we close way up here, not only are we going to create a lower high, but we're also going to create a higher high on the same candle on the daily time frame. Now, if this is the case, what we could expect for Monday is on Monday, we could expect another huge move to the upside. Now, I'm not exactly sure where we would go, but I could definitely see another huge move to the upside on Monday based on this price action. So on Monday, I'd be looking at taking calls for sure if this daily candle here closes the way that it is right now. Now, before we actually do that, what I want to see is on SPX or SPY, I want to see us create a lower high on the 1 hour time frame. Now, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to create that today. That would be nice if we did. And we pulled back, made that lower high, and then once we make that lower high, I would be looking for an entry on the 50-minute time frame to get into a position for calls so that we can make that higher high on the 1 hour time frame and on the daily time frame as well. So that would be a big trade, and that would be a long trade. And that's something that I would be preparing for as of Monday. So we're going to have to see what happens. We still have 1 more hour until the market closes. And then obviously we have the Sunday session to look out for. So we'll see what happens on Sunday. And then Monday will come and that will tell us exactly what is going to happen. So with that being said, guys, I did not make that much money today. I only made $900. I took that one trade and it was a put play. Luckily, I sold it when I did. I took profits right away simply because there were so many wicks and the market was very indecisive first thing this morning. And I did not want to risk it and hold my position too long. So I sold it right away for profit. I was happy with it. And I did not trade the rest of the day. I did not want to FOMO into a position. Like I said, there's always going to be another opportunity to make a trade. So one of the things that I've learned from my trading is FOMOing is a great way to lose money because you're afraid that if you don't take that trade, you're afraid if you don't enter a position, you're going to miss out on life-changing money or a bunch of money, when realistically, you're never going to make life-changing money in one trade. Trading is about consistent, profitable trades, and you want to build your portfolio slowly. And you want to be a consistent trader, not a gambler, right? We're not here to gamble. We're here to make money strategically. So for that reason, I didn't take my trades. There's no care in the world. There's obviously always more opportunities. So with that being said, guys, I hope this video helped out and I hope this educated you in some way. I will see you guys on Sunday and I'll basically make like a market prep video for the week. And we will discuss further on maybe what to expect coming Monday morning. Anyways, guys, take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.